Virgo, how are you? I'm going to do a reading for the current energies, so please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. So I appreciate you all being a part of my channel. If you appreciate what I do here, hit that like button. Boink right there. Yeah, it really makes a difference to my channel, and I could sure use the help and the support. So help me grow my channel that way. All right. Let's see what the next 7 to 10 days look like for all my Virgos out there. Really happy to be here reading for you today. So let's see, what does the current energy look like for my Virgos? All right, some of us are really in our heads here. Look at this. We've got the Hermit coming out as the overall energy crossed by the Nine of Swords. Or the Eight of Swords, pardon me. But this is a lot of mental energy, and I feel as if you're in your own little space with a lot of heady stuff going on. So let's see what this is all about. Now, what's above you is the Ten of Wands. So I feel as if you have a lot that you have been carrying that you have not been able to express or let go or deal with, but you're at that point where, you're starting to lose sight of what really is important here because, you're in this mental state. All right, when we have this energy of the Eight of Swords, I mean, there's all these stories that are brewing in our head. And the fact that you're in this hermit, it's like you're all alone with all of these thoughts running through your head and no way to let go of them. So, what's above you, it's saying, you're going to have to let go of some of this, because you're starting to really go in all kinds of crazy directions in your head, and that's not healthy. All right. So I feel like there is this need for you to make some shifts and some changes, Virgo. All right. And at the base of what's going on here is the Knight of Cups, and it's upside down. So this is you not wanting to have to push through some of these issues or problems that may be, sitting in front of you because, you're choosing not to see what you really need to do here. And there is this need for you to bring something to a close or to an end to release you from all of this heady stuff that you're dealing with. Now, in your recent past, we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is, about making some decisions, and it's just like whenever we make a decision, we now are in a place of power. All right. When we're holding two swords, it's harder to maneuver than when we're holding just that one sword and we mean it. All right. So I feel as if there is something you want to do and you're very clear, you don't have a blindfold on, and you have this, your foot on this rock. I mean, you're really firm in the direction you want to take, but yet, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you making this break? Why aren't you making this decision? And why are you not pushing through with this Knight of Pentacles? I mean, this is about having to do the harder part of this problem or dealing, it's like you keep putting it off. You don't want to do it. This is you sitting on the couch saying, no, even though I know I need to do this, and this, I don't know if I'm ready to really do the work. And I feel as if the Seven of Pentacles here says, oh, well, maybe if I just keep going, it will be okay and it will take care of itself. But, whenever we see the energy of the sevens, this is, one of these things, can we ground things into reality? And the only way that you can make this decision ground into reality is by you having to do some of the things that you don't want to do. All right. So sometimes this could be, making a decision. Well, if I really want to move over here, that means you're going to have to really quit your job, right? Because you can't work here and live way over there. It's like, but you're afraid to quit the job unless maybe you get another job. Well, then you got to start looking for that job, right? And then get the job, and then you can quit that job, and then you can move, right? So, I mean, this is about you doing these steps that, are going to help make this change happen, all right? Now, I do see that there is this opportunity, and you see this opportunity. You are looking at, well, gosh, I could actually do this. I could make this shift. I could make this change. I could get this new job. I could live over here and, but why are you not doing it? All right. So I feel as if there is a fear that is coming up, and that fear is all of this stuff that's in your head, so you're sitting here, and you've got all of these different scenarios that are building, but none of them are real because you haven't made any moves to make them real. So I feel as if, there is this opportunity for you to go through another door. I mean, you see it. It's just like, wow, I could, but I can't, that means I'm going to have to break this bond and I'm going to have to do this, so, there's got to be endings and for new beginnings, Virgo. I mean, and you know this, right? You know that if you want to have a new start in a new direction, you've got to put an end to something else, because that can't come with you. And I feel like this is the energy of your reading here. Now, intuitively, I think you know what you need to do. I mean, here she's pointing out, and, the high priestess knows everything, all right? So it's like, you're being like kind of nudged in your intuition. It's just like, what you need to do, but, you're not doing it. You're choosing not to pay attention to the directions that your spirit is giving you. And again, here we have, this hermit here. This is your higher self. This is, you knowing that the direction you need to do. You need to make some choices. You need to really, be firm in your decision. But I see you wavering. It's just like to make that big final break. I mean, this is a big one, right, Virgo? So it's like, how do I do this? But I do feel as if, you may be encouraged by an energy that's coming in that wants you to make some moves, all right? Your final outcome here is this Knight of Cups. So I feel as if there is an opportunity for you to really, make this break, make this shift. Maybe there's, something that you want so much more than the situation you were involved in. But getting there, it's that break in order to get to this Knight of Cups. I think this is what's holding you back. But I do feel like, intuitively, you know what you want. You know the direction you want to go in. You know who you want to be with, but it's going to require you to have to break some kind of a bond that you put a lot of energy into. And it's just like, wow, I put all this work into this and here I am, but it's left you feeling very, very isolated and in your head. So it's time to break out of these stories that you have created, because you know the answers. You know what you need to do. You know what the next steps are. It's about you actually choosing to make this step and not waiting for it to just kind of fall apart and, all of a sudden there's your opportunity. So I feel like, you can't wait for something to happen. You have to make it happen. And listen, the card that follows this 10 of Wands, is the Page. All right. So when we get done with this cycle, this Page brings us this new beginning, this fresh new start in the direction you really want. And it can also be followed by the Ace of Wands, it's like you have a passion to move in another direction, but you've got to make the breaks. You got to get out of this heady thing of like, oh my gosh, and this fear of actually doing it. All right. So whatever it is, I feel as if intuitively, the direction you want to go in, the decision you want to make. It's about you now actually doing it and not keep thinking about it and talking about it. Do what it is that you really want to do, Virgo, because that's how you're going to open this next chapter of your life. And to just kind of hang on to it and hoping that it will resolve itself is only going to keep you in this very, trapped, heady space. So let's get out of our heads and let's do the work. Let's make the decisions that we've been putting off that we really want. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Virgo. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in this story, and I'll see you all at another reading. Hit that like button. All right, bye now.